Hello, everybody. Kerry Thomas here of CenturySoundness.com, and thank you for joining me for the first segment of 2024 here on this YouTube channel. And it's wow, what a great 2023, right? I mean, geez, I can't thank. There's so many people to thank. Daphne and I got a chance to two times in 2023 to visit beautiful Australia, which I miss very much since it's cold here. And do presentations and seminars there. And wow, just what a great experience. And so many people to thank. We obviously, appreciate the support, the friendships, and of course, none of that would have come to fruition without all the hard work and efforts of Dr. Shelley Appleton. Thank you so much, Shelley. And Simon, my best mate. I miss you guys so much. Daphne and I both do. I really learned a lot. Each time you do one, you learn something different about your presentation style and how you like to do things and the message that you're trying to convey and the stories that you like to share. And one thing I realized is that I have a real keen interest, as many of you have come to know if you're a part of the Life Through the Senses education program that we have. I have a very keen interest in teaching and sharing the information and, releasing the first course lesson several months ago now has been a big deal for me. I spent many, many months working on that and working on lesson 2 for the Understanding Sensory Soundness as we speak. But along the way, I also realized that I want to do more. I have a lot more information that I want to share and don't always have time to put it in a full written course. And, how do I reach people? How do I merge my passion for talking and lecturing, if you will, and sharing stories personally and the content, and then with all the work that I have written, and just sitting there reading it to you, it doesn't always seem to be like lecture style. It's not really kind of my thing. But I also realized that I have a lot of things written that needs to be said, needs to be shared. And so how can I do that? And there's a lot of course material, a lot of lessons that I want to put out there that I'm now planning on putting out there. So what I did for a little test run here is I wrote a little bit of a monologue I'm going to read to you, and bear with me because I'm practicing. So I'm sorry that you're my guinea pig, but we'll have fun with it. And then I'm going to read to you the introduction to a brand new course offering that I'm super excited about. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, where do we start? New things to come, such as courses through the medium of lecture readings, just like I'm doing now. So, and while I'm thinking about it, let me suggest that you stop around the website and read the newest blog post, because I talk about 2023, looking ahead to 2024. You'll get a real good vibe for all the things that I'm kind of going to mention here in the written form. So it's worth checking out. So let's see, we have the services area has been totally upgraded and revamped and overhauled and streamlined for 2024, which, I thank Daphne for all that hard work. And I always say, oh my God, honey, I got something I want to put in here. And she's like, oh, I'm sure she's probably thinking that because I always send her emails from the office like, hey, we need to put this in. But there's 4 things that I'm really excited about. And so the new service for behavioral, let me see here. I wrote this. Let me read it. See. The new service consists of behavioral profiles. You can check that out. Sensory soundness mapping and evaluations that include, well, my computer went dark. That include something really cool, a brand new sensory efficiency score. Sensory efficiency score. Sensory soundness is so important, and just check it out. You can read more about it there. Something I also wanted to offer that hasn't been there before is the a la carte consultations for the down and dirty, because sometimes you just need some quick tips. I mean, let's face it, not all the time. Do you want a full-blown profile and all the time it takes to do that and waiting for that? Sometimes you just have a quick question. You have, hey, can you take a look at this video? My horse was doing this thing. I saw it, in the training. Whatever the case may be, a la carte consultations is that quick, hey, listen, I need you to take a look at something. Let's talk about this type of service. And I wanted to offer that as well. Something else I'm pretty excited about that's brand new is those of you who came to the Applied Sensory Soundness events realize that one of the things I like to employ as part of the sensory soundness mapping and creating diagrams, creating sensory enrichment diagrams in your arena. and putting together programs that enrich the psychology and increase the sensory efficiency, increase performance, increase the horse's capacity for life skills. And I always thought it'd be kind of cool to do an actual competition of sensory efficiency, create some obstacle courses, and have them evaluated, and have your horse mapped and judged on your horsemanship through sensory sounds. Is something to think about. Something else new for the website is the brand new Applied Sensory Soundness seminar and clinic area. Trust me, this is pretty cool. After the event, Daphne and I came back. We're like, oh, I'm so excited about this, and I want to keep, taking this further, perpetuating this, making it available, for everybody, everywhere. So we replaced the old seminar and clinic area with this new seminar and clinic area. Check it out. Applied Sensory Soundness Seminar and Clinic. And this is where, if you have any interest at all in hosting an event, organizing an event, or attending an event, this is the place to go to and to check in and to contact. And you can get on a list, excuse me, that says, hey, let me know, you can email Daphne and I want to know when there's an event's taking place, or how I can get involved. Or, hey, I have something going on, or I know of a time. Love to have you come out. All kinds of different opportunities, and we'd love to hear from you from that. And recently, I've been involved in doing a lot of new cases, which is pretty awesome. I've been very, very busy with evaluations. And, over the last several, you're always grabbing things and coming up with ideas. And, I always learn as well. You find something so unique and so interesting almost with every single case. And so, sensory soundness is just so important. I have two quotes here, two paragraphs, if you will, but two small paragraphs. I want to read these to you. They're very important. I'm going to make them available on the website and in an upcoming blog, I'm sure. Excuse me, but has to do with the importance of sensory soundness and just kind of how I look at sensory soundness, okay? First one, we must keep in mind that for a horse, aggressive behaviors are comprehended as emotional swings from the very high to the very low tones. When viewed from the hoof, one is an externally hostile emotion pressing into them, and the other is emotional ambivalence that can elicit an aggressive response rooted in the self-preservation instinct. Both of these things are deemed very, very similar, if not exactly the same, emotionally from your horse. Or by your horse. And that's what I mean by a view from the hoof. I'll read this again in just a second. Let me finish. These emotional impressions require processing, and responses to each are dependent upon her dynamic and sensory soundness level and capacity. Very important, okay? We undervalue too often and underappreciate the profound importance of this in your horse. And not just, her dynamic and the different traumas and things of that nature, but the process, okay? Read this again. We must keep in mind that for a horse, aggressive behaviors are comprehended as emotional swings from the very high to the very low tones. This is emotional tones. When viewed from the hoof, from your horse, one is an externally hostile emotion pressing into them, and the other is emotional ambivalence, uncertainty, anxiety. Each of these elicit an aggressive response, or can elicit an aggressive response rooted in the self-preservation instinct. Basically, it goes all the way within them, and they're going to give you a knee-jerk reaction more often than not. And they both are self-preservation, whether I need to get out of here because I feel like something's over-aggressive, coming at me, or uncertainty. I see uncertainty as an aggressive act against my safety, because harmony and contentment. Remember, harmony and contentment. Harmony with their environment, contentment with their peers, not unlike ourselves, is very important. Okay, I'm going to put that available probably on Facebook. And please, by the way, while I mentioned Facebook, there's a new Sensory Soundness page, public page. You can find the link to that on the sensorysoundness.com website. Please click on like, follow, and share that, please. I'm trying to grow that. That's going to be kind of a landing pad for the public to get to. We do have a private page as well. Okay, number 2, and this quote is on the website. This is something very important that is far too, again, another one of these things, in my opinion, is far too undervalued. The century unsound horse is subject to psychological imbalances. The degree of misalignment every bit as, if not more, impactful than being physically unsound and off balance, affecting everything that is asked to be translated into physical movement. Century soundness connects the physical world with the emotional horse. Now, there's a lot there, okay? Let me read that again and just I'll try to read it slowly so that you kind of get a chance to have it. Again, this is going to be on the website, and I will post it on Facebook as well. The century unsound horse is subject to psychological imbalances. The degree of misalignment, okay, and if you've taken the course, you understand about alignment. The degree of misalignment every bit as, if not more, impactful than being physically unsound and off balance. Just think about this real quick. In a nutshell, we know how important physical balance is to certain disciplines, to everything, really, to physical fitness, physical balance, physical soundness, okay? This is also very, very important to be balanced and sound. Affecting everything that is asked to be translated into physical movement. Everything you ask the horse to do has to be processed and translated through the body into physical movement. The physical movement is the exhaust of the emotion. The emotional impulse precedes the physical impulse. Gotta always remember that. Because century soundness connects the physical world with the emotional horse. So there you have it. I'm going to make that available. And let's go onward. Okay. Hope you enjoy the reading part. See, for me, it's about a chance to really be expressive, and I thought about, well, okay, do a podcast, make podcasts available, or do readings and lectures and things like that. But that's just really not my style. I mean, to me, I'd rather have a more intimate one-on-one relationship with my students and people who are here listening. And you want to see me. You want to see my emotions, my passions. I mean, to me, that's very important because I'm very raw. Obviously, I'm who I am. I love what I do, and I'm very passionate about it. And I want you to see that, feel that, and embrace that as well, because herd dynamics and century soundness is really just a fascinating journey. Okay, moving onward. In other news, and in What's the New category, the development for Lesson 2, as I mentioned, for understanding century soundness is underway. It's a course I highly recommend, and you should check it out. The first course, the first lesson to that, it's going to be a 12-part course. Say that right. So this is the first lesson that's available now, and like I said, lesson number 2 is underway. But something else, as I kind of talked about a little bit before, as we started this, that I'm super, super excited about is a brand new course offering and opportunity. So here, I am working on a new series of courses that will soon be live on the education platform on the website. I encourage you to get signed up for our education programs. You can be assured that I will only offer you the very best of my work, research, and forward-thinking innovations to advance and enhance your understanding of horses, and more importantly, your horsemanship. Excuse me. Essentially, I'm so driven to put forth what I consider the world's most innovative and forward-thinking education opportunities and horsemanship enhancement opportunities, and to deepen your understanding of horses and horse psychology, because to me it's one of those driving forces. I always say that emotion is driven by performance, or performance is driven by emotion. Both ways probably works, but performance really is driven by emotion. I mean, how a person handles stress, emotional stress, has a lot to do with everything. So I encourage you to check that out. Okay, so now I'm going to read to you what will soon be available on the website as a new course offering and a new course topic. I'm very excited by this, and again, this is going to be on the website, but I'm going to read it to you now and share this with you, because here we go. Okay, let me get a drink. I'm pretty excited by this. Life Through the Senses, which is the name of our education program. Life Through the Senses presents lessons in narration, equestrian course. A view from the hoof. A view from the hoof. Okay, here we go. Welcome to something new as a nod to something old. Lessons and narration. A new endeavor for me, this learning experience is my interpretation of the classic fireside chat, first made famous in the United States from 1933 to 1944 by the 32nd President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The fireside chat was, at the time, a revolutionary way to use radio broadcasting to reach people directly without bias. Very interesting. I love history. I'm drinking out of a Gettysburg cup. I love understanding and history. And so this is my interpretation of this, if you will. So let me continue. To know me is to know that I have both a love and great respect for history. And as I began work on my composition of Lesson 2 for the Understanding Century Soundness course featured here in Life Through the Senses, I was reminded of the plethora of written essays and research documents accumulated for future projects. I have a lot. Some of which will be absorbed into the courses I am writing and have yet to write, while a great many others sit in waiting, begging to be heard. Carrie, get me out of here. I love to write, to share, teach, learn, and impart the excitement of discovery with others. That would be you. And I am notorious for having more than one project going at once. Often many, let me just tell you. The overflow of written works is a common theme in my office, which is where we are now. The question has always been what to do with them. A fireside style learning experience, perhaps, I mused. I got to thinking I have all this stuff. I have so much material, so many writings, so many notes. And, I'm quantifying them and combining them. And a lot of the material goes into many of the writings that I have, cross into, writing the courses. And a lot of information is going into course Lesson 2. But I have a lot of stuff. And this whole concept of a view from the hoof this is an equestrian course that I'm going to take you on a heck of a journey here. Having the opportunity to give presentations, seminars, and clinics live and on location is certainly a privilege, of course, but they do come with their limitations because not everyone can attend an event. Sometimes you just can't get there. Sometimes you can't afford to get there. I get that, it's not cheap. It's not cheap for us to go. There's a lot of things in cost. There's a lot of cost involved. There's a lot of, logistics involved. Trust me, I know all about it. So this is my way of reaching out, without having to do a program that you can't get to. So while out for a nature hike, which is when I do my best thinking, which is very true, even when it's cold like now, I decided that I should no longer put aside all the previous years of writing. I just have too much stuff to sit around. The many essays and research papers should, I thought, be brought to light and made available in the form of lecture-style course materials for those who are interested in learning about them, and learning about them in this way, because, let's face it, not everybody likes to sit there and read 16 pages of stuff. I get that, Excuse me. So I wanted to offer this avenue as a different way. However, giving a lecture, as I've already shared with you, is in the normal sense isn't really my style. Nope. Instead, I have developed these into individual lessons I will deliver to you via personal narration, much like I'm doing right now. I draw inspiration for this from my mother who, with her vision challenges, is now listening to her favorite books. I hope you too will enjoy this intimate style of learning, though whether I am a great or even a good raconteur will be for you to decide. My mom, I'm a caregiver for my mom, and it's anyone who's done something like that, to see someone slowly lose, certain faculties is kind of just a ding and a ding and a ding. And my mom's passion for reading has been prevalent in my entire life. And right now, she's dealing with geographic atrophy, if you know what that is, and she's having some issues with reading and things like that. So while we were in Australia in the month of November, one of the neighbors brought my mom a CD with some books on CD. My mom can kind of manage the CD player. She's not really tech savvy, but she can handle a CD player. And she found a new love of reading through listening and through that. And I was talking to my mom about, ways that I wanted to kind of combine like the experience that we had giving presentations and then my writing She's like, well, look right here. Why don't you read your material? Narrate it. It would be a great way to reach people who either don't have time to read or just want to sit there and listen to you and take notes and so on and so forth. So I got to thinking about that. That's a pretty good idea. So this is what we're going to do. Okay, ready? We're going to keep going. The A View from the Hoof course will be an ongoing series of lessons exploring the world of the horse through the lens of natural herd dynamics, built from within the equine mind. I'm so excited by this. This is going to be great. This journey through horse psychology, covering the greater expanse of my work to date, will be ever evolving as my think forward mindset, for sure, and research continues to develop, because I'm always wanting to learn more, and I'm going to share that with you. And I endeavor every day to press the envelope forward, of innovation. I want to know more tomorrow than I know right now, and then I want to share it with you. And I learn from you as well. So send me your cases, because I get to learn a lot from your horses. It is my purpose and hope that these lessons and narration add a unique and introspective learning opportunity for you. Come join me on this adventure of discovery, and together we will traverse down the mysterious and fascinating trail of herd dynamics in equine psychology. I really hope you'll check it out, and stay tuned for this. Like I said, I'm hoping to have the first one done. I have all the material ready. The first lesson narration should be ready to be read by me. We have a few things to figure out, loading them up on Thinkific and getting everything organized, but it is very, very close. I mean, the material is written. Matter of fact, I have the first 7 lessons already done from research materials that I have aggregated and put it and have compiled, starting with herd structure, herd dynamics, and then we're going to go into every individual unique role within the herd structure. We're going to talk about that. We're going to start from the beginning and just go right on through. And I've always wanted to add this to one of my things, but wait, there's more. Excuse me. Let me have some more coffee. Coffee is going to be very important to the future of this and the success of this. All courses and narration lessons will be individually priced and accessible for 1 month from purchase date. Along the way, there will be webinars made available. This is going to be cool. And the first time ever for me. These will be scheduled at key points along the trail as determined by Carrie, which is me. And these key places are places to pause and recap before moving on. So we're going to go so far with a lesson or 2 or 3 lessons or 4 lessons. And wherever we get to a spot that I say, okay, now let's have a webinar, and we're going to have a time that we can talk about this, recap it. You can have your questions and ready, and you can even send them in. So here we go. Free to continuous students, that is students who have stayed with the program. Free to continuous students who have purchased all preceding lessons up to that point. Spaces will be limited, obviously, and I may do more than one, depending how many people we have wanting to sign up. And priority seating given to the continuous scholar, which is you, because when you endeavor to learn, you are a scholar. Attendees will be notified by email and offered the opportunity to send in a question by email if you prefer. That's Daphne's department. She will email you, and if you want to be advised of webinars, even if you don't get all the courses, or you just want to be involved in a webinar, or you want to check in, if there's space available, and even if you're not a student or you haven't gotten all the courses, you can still purchase a spot. But again, for ongoing students who have been involved in this program from the inception as we get started, your space will be free. So there you have it. And I thank you for taking the time to listen to me and bearing with me as I give my practice run through. And I think it's going to be great. And again, please share this channel. I only have 101 followers. I'd like to get that expanding as we go forward. But more importantly, please visit the website, centurysoundness.com. Join us on the Facebook page. Tell your friends, and check out the education programs. And I'm looking forward to a very bright future, but that bright future involves yourself. And I have to learn how to use this button, because it's supposed to turn things on and off on the TV or on the camera. So I appreciate your time. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to talk to you soon. See ya.